Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a video from Watch Mojo UK, and it is top 10 British scientists who changed the world. Um, I don't know if I could name 10 British scientists. I mean, not any disrespect. I don't think I could name 10 American scientists right off either. But I will link this video in the description as always, along with links to Patreon and how you can support the channel here on YouTube by becoming a member. Get access to videos early. But let's go ahead and jump into this.
Modern life wouldn't be the same without these brilliant minds. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down the top 10 British scientists who changed the world. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we've looked at scientists born in Britain whose work has changed human life forever. Number 10. Peter Higgs. You've probably heard of the Higgs boson particle and the Large Hadron Collider that was built to observe it. What you might not know is that the man that the actual particle was named after is actually British. Originally from Newcastle, he is one of the 6 physicists that were responsible for suggesting the particle might exist and kick-starting the entire process to prove their theory. In 2012, they finally announced that they had discovered the particle, and the following year, Higgs was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics.
Wow.
Number 9. Alexander Graham Bell. Born
Really?
in Edinburgh, Bell is not only the founder of American company AT&T, but also the inventor of the telephone. So you can thank this man for your smartphone, even if he might not recognise it as the descendant of his device.
That's
Hired by
cool.
Gardner Hubbard to experiment with ways to send multiple telegraphs along the same line, Bell was also given funding to explore his true passion, the transmission of the human voice. In 1876, from the comfort of his packed office, he demonstrated his invention by making the first phone call. Number 8.
I didn't
Dorothy
know he was
Hodgkin.
British.
Known for her work with X-ray crystallography, which is the technique used to determine the structure of crystals, Dorothy Hodgkin worked primarily with biological molecules. She was a pioneering scientist in the field of structural biology, and throughout her life she deciphered the structures of penicillin, vitamin B12, cholesterol, and after 35 years of work, insulin. She was the 3rd woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, and to this day is the only British woman to receive the award for one of the sciences. Number 7. Alexander Fleming. We're incredibly lucky.
That's awesome. Representing for the ladies. Good job.
So many scientists have done the work to find cures and ways to keep us healthy. For example, Edward Jenner, who invented the first vaccine. But the one that made our list is Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin and paved the way for modern antibiotics. Although he technically discovered it accidentally by having a messy office and leaving out cultures of staphylococci, there's no arguing with the results. In 1945, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, which he shared with 2 others. Number
Very
6.
cool.
Francis.
I think I'm allergic to penicillin. That's what I was told when I was young. My dad's allergic to penicillin, but he actually had it a lot when he was a kid. Being on antibiotics like jacked up his teeth. He and my grandmother had a lung disease similar to like cystic fibrosis, where like most people that have it don't live past infancy. So he had to like always use inhalers and stuff like that. But due to that, he was kind of sick a lot as a kid, and they had to be very careful about it. So he ended up being on a lot of antibiotics, ended up having to get veneers on his teeth. And my understanding is it was very, very, very expensive. It's what I heard.
Crick, James Watson and Rosalind Franklin. London-born Rosalind Franklin used X-ray crystallography to better understand the molecular structure of DNA. Her pioneering work was then the basis for the work of Watson and Crick. Francis Crick is the British half of this duo, and together with his American partner they discovered the helical structure of DNA. They were jointly awarded a Nobel Prize for their discovery, which also explained how information is transferred inside your DNA. Sadly, since Rosalind Franklin had died in 1958, she could not share the honour. Nonetheless, their discovery added significantly to our understanding of how living things work. Number 5. Alan.
That's awesome. A lot of women made some contributions here. That's really cool to see for a long time ago. I know, like, a lot of obviously men kind of wrote the history books, so I think a lot of what women did was kind of pushed under the rug and not talked about, but like, or at least kind of here. Um, they didn't get the credit they always deserved necessarily, but it's good. It's good to see it on here.
Turing. Born in London, Turing's work spread across several areas of
Young.
study, but he is most famous for his work with computer science. He was hugely influential in the development of the study, so much so that he's today remembered as its father. If you don't know him from his groundbreaking
Wow.
work in computers, you might know him for his contribution to the British effort in the Second World War. He worked at the centre of Britain's code-breaking team and was responsible for helping to break the German ciphers, allowing allies to ultimately defeat the Nazis. Number 4. Tim
Yeah.
Berners-Lee. This is the scientist that you're probably going to want to thank the most, because without him, we wouldn't be bringing you this video. Berners-Lee is the inventor of the World Wide Web. It all started with him
Wow.
wanting to find a way to share information between researchers. He built the software to facilitate this, and years later, spotting an opportunity to pair his creation with the internet, the pretty mind-blowing online system that we all know and love today was born. Few technological developments have had such a clear impact on the modern world. Number 3. Stephen Hawking. With a long list of books
Yo, I didn't even know Stephen Hawking was British. I remember we watched like Stephen Hawking's documentaries, his wormhole stuff when I was in probably middle school. I was not good at science, yo, at all. Like, I think it's really cool stuff, but math and science just elude me. If you've seen me watch Countdown, because I play along with it on Patreon, like, I am awful with the numbers part. But like, as far as I've always known, obviously I know who Stephen Hawking is, but he he always used the computer and stuff to talk, so I never knew that he had an accent or anything like that. So that's cool to know.
to his name, including children's books, and a film made about his life, Hawking has had such an influence on mankind in modern scientific thinking that he has become a household name around the world. His most notable works are his study of black holes and his work in cosmology, which is concerned with the origins of the universe. All of his amazing essays, ideas and theories were made in spite of his motor neuron disease, which he overcame for decades, completely defying expectations. Hawking will go down in history as one of the greats, or rather,
Obama.
he already has. Number 2, Isaac
Oh
Newton.
yeah, modern day, like he's who you think of. Like throughout this whole thing, I thought I don't know if many of you have seen it, this show Big Bang Theory. M- I I've watched it more since it went off the air. Because my son loves the Young Sheldon show. Um, but that's what I've thought about throughout all of this was like Big Bang Theory and obviously like Sheldon's character on it. I loved Stephen Hawking's in it. They played Wordle
When
or
you think of Newton, you
Scrabble.
probably think of the famous apple story. Although it's not strictly true, the apple didn't actually hit him on the head. He did claim it inspired his theory of gravitation. Like many on today's list, Newton also worked across several different fields of science, but he was most famous for his theory of gravity and the laws of motion. He's often considered to be the most influential scientist of all time, and wouldn't you know it, he just so happens to have been born in Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England. Number 1.
That's cool. Another one I didn't, and this one, Charles Darwin, I didn't know. And I think I did it. Of course, I maybe did know, and it's something I forgot because I did do a report on Charles Darwin when I was in high school, I think. But really cool. Really cool to know.
Charles Darwin. Our number 1 spot is reserved for this incredible scientist because not only was his work hugely influential, but he also changed the way we viewed life itself. His theory of evolution completely rewrote history and demonstrated that all life evolves from common ancestors. Previous theories had tried to explain similar concepts, but Darwin's came with such convincing evidence that it was hard to argue against it. Scientists have gone on to gather even more evidence since then, and the fundamental concepts continue to hold up. Darwin's work ultimately changed the face of biology and our very understanding of nature. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great...
That's good. So, huge contributions. I remember doing a video a while back, and I think I'm trying to remember. I think it was like what did Scotland do for us? I think was the title of the video, and one of them I want to say was like the internet, and there was like a discrepancy of whether it um was it the internet? I think that's what it was, but of who like invented it, because it was like there was like the concept or something of it, and then like the actual computer. I don't know, but huge contributions, massive ones coming from you guys. So thank you for all of that. Thank you from the rest of the world that has benefited from it. Um, but really good video. I enjoyed that one. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments. Who you think should have been number one, or somebody that might have should have gone on the list that wasn't. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hype the video if you're able to, and hit the bell for notifications. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with something else. Thanks so much for watching with me.